All right. Hello, everyone, and now welcome. Welcome to a game between Soin, Lawliet versus TGW and DV. DV has spawned as the red undead player here. TGW, his allies spawning as the red human, going up against Night Elf and Orc. All four races are represented in this one or in this 2v2 matchup. I don't know how you could ever have four races represented in a 1v1 matchup, as we're looking at a barracks first lumber mill and a delayed altar of storms coming in from Soin. Coming back down to the south here, Lawliet also opening up with a moonwell, an ancient of war, and also a delayed altar of elders. This is going to be interesting. It looks like we're going to be having dual tavern heroes, and this is obviously a strategy that Soin and Lawliet have been working on. This is not your traditional build, and perhaps something, a combination of units that we are going to specifically see. Thank you, Metaphysics, that we're going to specifically see here for, here for 2v2s. Now, looking back at the 2v2 strategy coming in from TGW and DB, Archmage and Death Knight looks like it is going to be, well, your standard build orders coming in from TGW and DB. Nothing wrong with standard. Both undead and human have very strong, very strong primary heroes that are good at leading an army. Meanwhile, Soin and Lawliet looking to be trying to come up with new strategies that will help them, new 2v2 strategies. All right, coming back through, we are looking at Altar of Storms nearly being done. Headhunters are already being trained up here. Altar of Elders is also nearly done as well. And we should be heading over here to the tavern in just a moment. This is Tidewater Glades as well. We are waiting for the 2-minute 15-second mark. Wisp is already moving on over. And what are the two heroes that we are expecting to see? It is Double Panda. All right, I was not expecting Double Panda in any stretch of my imagination. Would I ever assume to see Double Panda on a map like this? And, well, not quite sure what to make of it, to be honest. Double Panda, there was that one game where it was all random race, random heroes, and we saw the effectiveness of Double Panda. But with that said and done, Double Panda here, what does it really mean? All right, we do see a crystal ball here. Both sides sitting at level 1. Both sides have yet to train up an ability. Death Knight is here. And if you thought, well, one breath of fire was scary, one level 1 breath of fire was scary, or level 2 breath of fire was scary, imagine seeing 2 level 2 breaths of fire at this early portion of the game. That little bit of range gonna make a big difference. Ooh, breath of fire, recovery, save. Panda was not that wasn't a steal, as the Death Knight was trying to do the steal, but the Panda with the quicker hands able to get that last shot there. All right, mass AoE damage is incredibly important. That Shaman saying with medium armor, can't kill me. Well, he does finally get taken out. Coming back through, looking at this Panda, trying to get to level 2. Panda will get to level 2 pretty easily, waiting for that last bit of shot. There you go, getting that Circle of Nobility, and now going after those remaining units down here. All right, an army of footmen, or an army of, well, units that would easily get blown over by Breath of Fire, now moving out across the map. And I believe we're just going to be waiting for Soin and Lawliet to get to level 3 on these Pandas here. Once that happens, things are going to change drastically, as we're looking at a Hunter's Hall now also being placed down. Mass Headhunters coming across to finish off these Tide Hunters here. Death Knight, well, is taking the tier 2 most likely. Right behind this is also getting up a Scout Tower, getting up a Graveyard, and this very fast tech to tier 2 with a relatively small army currently means that he really wants to build perhaps some Obsidian statues or some other units a little bit later on here. He doesn't have that many units out here on the battlefield, unlike his partner, TGW, who's sitting on a large number of footmen. Archmage now making its way off to the north here does have level 3 already. Meanwhile, the Panda is looking to try and figure out where his opponent is and not realizes, wait, nope, you are right inside my base. What am I going to make of this? and this may become a bit of an issue or problem. All right, Hunter's Hall now done, that needs to get repaired, and we are looking at Wisp trying to repair right here. Massive repairs already here, as we're taking a look at a lot of damage getting added in. All right, Drunken Brawler also in adding a little bit of damage. Are we going to perhaps be looking at more Breath of Fires here as well? Low hit point Footman trying to escape here inside the base, as the units are just engaging back and forth. All right, dual Pandas in that front line. Death Coil finishing off an Archer as the damage is adding up. Are we going to see a Breath of Fire? Yes, but it does not finish off the unit. Not enough damage there. Units continuing to retreat back. Archmage with that bit of range damage is enough. Panda, very close to level 3, needs to take down a couple of skeletal minions in order to do it. Is it going to be able to do that? No, it is not, as the units are still fighting their way through, not giving up that heal as the Death Knight gets up to level 2, now giving level 1 Unholy Aura. Faster movement speed. What is that going to amount up to now, as the two Pandas are now both at level 3, level 2 Breath of Fire on the table doubly. Well, on the table doubly, as the units are now trying to retreat back again. Panda, Gloves of Haste, looking to finish off that last skeletal minion, but a definite hero level advantage for Soin and Lawliet. Dual level 3 going up against a level 3, level 2, and a level 1. Units as they are retreating back. Pit Lord in the backside here. Are we going to perhaps be looking at, well, Howl of Terror or anything like that? Gloves of Haste, Claws of Attack, and Boots of Quel'Tha Loss. Boots of Quel'Tha Loss, no Gloves of Haste. Really amplifying the damage on that Pit Lord and perhaps making that cleave damage just that much better. True Shot Aura as one of the items there. Not the full strength level 1 True Shot Aura, but still damage that can add up quickly. Forest Troll Shadow Priest gets denied as both sides are fighting their way through. Breath of Fire blowing over a couple of skeletons there. All right, units are falling over very, very quickly. Units are trying to back away. Death Knight down to 80 hit points. A Breath of Fire could finish it off, as where there was a cancellation on that mid Breath of Fire right there. All right, continuing that fight once more. Low hit point units going to turn back around. Breath of Fire trying to finish off that. Wow, that one Water Elemental able to finish off a handful of units once more, as the Pit Lord tries to finish things off here. All right, Breath of Fire, well, evaporates that Water Elemental there, as the, well, Headhunters trying to get away. A skeletal minion actually getting in the way of that fight there, as we're looking at the Pit Lord continuing to give chase. Are they going to be able to do that? Drunken Haze. Units are trying to dive into position. Are they going to be able to dive on in there? And wow, beautiful use. Even a Stag going in to block the position once more, as we're looking at the, well, Pit Lord pretty much in the wrong spot already. All right, there's a cleave getting in a last bit of extra damage. Archer now trying to get in the way, as the Pit Lord does get taken down, and, well, trying to chase down one very low hit point Headhunter. The other Headhunter, however, didn't get to escape either. Death Knight came over, dealing that Death Coil. Early exchanges back and forth. Well, TGW knows how to handle mass or very strong Pandas. Going for Spellbreakers here. We should be looking at dual Arcane Sanctums and then just training up Spellbreakers and Priest. Getting up some Sorceresses as well. We're looking at the Panda sitting at level 3 here. Are we perhaps going to be looking at additional Drunken Brawler or anything like that? Perhaps some ways to deal medium damage, as Dryads are not going to be effective against those Spellbreakers either. We need to see some sort of Taurens, some sort of, well, Tauren Totem is up, but I don't see a tech to tier 3. We are looking at more creeping coming back as well, as we should be getting up to level 4 on these creep camps pretty easily. Slow Poison, making it for a slow retreat for these forward units, as, well, unit after unit is going to fall. We are getting up a Tree of Life as well, but that is relatively close to his opponent already, but they are going to be backing away. All right, Ursa Warrior right there. About to get taken down. Yep, there's a Rejuvenation. There is a Stomp. The Shaman trying to use that Rejuvenation pretty aggressively. Gloves of Haste. Now both heroes sitting at level 4. Gloves of Haste and Drunken Brawler. Double Gloves of Haste on one of those Brewmasters. So very, very quick hands. Does he cast some spells? Yes, I believe he does. I just don't... Where'd he go? Oh, there... No, that's the Dark Troll Berserker. Where is that last unit? Nope, don't see it. Red Army. Oh, this guy. Well, I'm sure he casts some spells, but I can't quite tell what it is right now. since the overlay doesn't, well, blocks all of those abilities, and he does in fact have mana. So I would assume that he does have spells. Curse, is that what he has? Curse. All right, good ability there. Agility tome being left behind. We are looking at the panda trying to do a little bit more clear, creeping an elder shaman, getting in some damage perhaps onto a poor archer. Chaos damage a little bit in the back line, and shamans have been known to switch targets, so you do have to be careful. Meanwhile, down to the south here, we are looking at Dire Wolves, Kodo Beast, True Shot Aura for all of these frontline units, as the panda, well, True Shot Aura, Scroll of Healing, able to absorb a large amount of damage here, and this is, we are still looking at only solo heroes, solo pandas coming in from Lawliet and Soin, so they are benefiting from a slight experience bonus as well. Scroll of the Beast was dropped there, dropping one of those gloves of haste. Meanwhile, down to the south, Panda, there is a quick roar right there. Well, a quick roar being used by the creeps. Meanwhile, there's a big fight inside the pressure of the base here. All right, TGW DB looking to finish off his opponent's base before any real defenses can be established. There are arcane towers being built in the back. Banshees are in the back here as well. Dryad's going to start to engage, as there are a couple of illusions right there. Just going to quickly abolish those, figure out which ones are fake, and then figure out which ones are real. The real one is the one that has, well, anti-magic shell, obviously, as they're going to go ahead and go down into a fight. Breath of Fire across multiple units, but the pandas are in serious trouble already. Spellbreaker is going to be removing much of their mana, turning things back around. Howl of Terror and a Flame Strike now going down across units, as a siphon mana coming in from the Bloodgate to shut down that Brewmaster. Brewmaster turning things back around, perhaps trying to get some more Breath of Fire off. There's a Healing Ward in the back, and this, in terms of positioning, is such a great fight for TGW and DB. A front line of a mass army of Spellbreakers, back range able to get in damage. Dryads unable to do very much. Siphon mana, as the Pit Lord is diving in with anti-magic shell as well, and not being affected by too many of those negative effects. Flame Strike now coming back around. Obsidian statues coming in for some heals. We also are looking at necromancers who could be, well, trying to summon up and raise dead here, making this fight that much more difficult. All right, Stronghold suffering a little bit of damage. We do see Lawliet with a fully saturated expansion. That is going to be important, as the panda perhaps going to try and get off a Breath of Fire here, but there's triple arcane towers, making that already that much more difficult. Breath of Fire to try and counteract skeletal minions, perhaps? No, not quite sure what's going on. Panda could be Breath of Fire off to the north. There goes, blowing some of those over already, as the units are now making their way back once more. All right, more Satars coming across, perhaps trying to get into more cursing. There's some more Breath of Fire as well. It looks like the Brewmasters are going to be able to go into double Earth, Storm, and Fire here in just a little bit, as the units, the Spellbreakers, are just getting absolutely cleaned up. Orc base, not long for this world. However, a Demolisher or two is all that you really need. Why aren't we seeing a Demolisher to try and fight back, especially lobbing damage over and onto the caster backline? That is the question next. Dryad's going to be getting into position as well. Grunts are lying in wait, ready to go. A Sobi Mask, True Shot Aura units are going to be ready to get into position. Spellbreakers right here. There's a Flame Strike adding, well, even more damage again. Flame Strike right here. Are we going to be looking at, well, Breath of Fire coming across, finding some of those units? We are looking at one Satar Shadow Dancer going to get taken down. A Priest going to get taken down as well. Brewmaster getting that much closer to level 6, as the Obsidian statue, well, is not going to, Breath of Fire can just finish it off, take down all of those units there. And Peasants just trying to repair, but that isn't working either. We're looking at a great push, but it looks as though, well, Lawliet and Soin are not giving up as of yet. We're looking at more damage here. Fairy Dragons will need to get away. Phase Shift not able to protect them all that much, as the units are still, well, fighting their way through. Pit Lord, well, Potion of Lesser Invulnerability doesn't mean you can phase walk through units. Death Coil right there. Are we looking at another Ensnare? No Ensnare even needed, as the Pit Lord unable to get out of this spot here, and it could give level 6 to both Brewmasters. Both Brewmasters now sitting at level 6. Earth, Storm, and Fire. Earth, Storm, and Fire, followed up one after another. Is that going to be big enough damage? That is the question. Giving two ultimate abilities to your opponent It's not well an easy proposition at all. Mana fairy dragons with that mana flare, a panda coming in, breath of fire could have easily just used earth storm and fire right in that position to try and break that link, but the timing might be a little bit difficult. Earth and fire should just dive into the front line and just try and get damage onto those spell breakers. That might be absolutely key here as the Brewmaster is trying to retreat back once more. Mountain Giants picking up those giant clubs, looking to finish things off as well, getting in a little bit of additional range, as I believe the Healing Ward's item is now all used up. Healing Wards have really been doing a good job trying to position things here as we're looking at, well, more damage coming across. Archmage had Anti-Magic Shell, but Anti-Magic Shell does not protect against Ensnare, as the Archmage is going to be forced to use a Scroll of Charm Power, doesn't use it, and the Archmage is now out of this fight. Archmage didn't want to leave his partner high and dry, and well, because of that, loses his Archmage here. Death Knight sitting at level 3, constant mana flare, siphon mana here. Earth Storm now getting siphon mana here. We could have seen a Cyclone onto the Blood Mage. Blood Mage upside down on mana as we are looking at Storm about to get taken down here. Another Storm down across here is a brewing as we're looking at Storm trying to finish things off. Howl of Terror, so much damage. Are we going to be looking at more Flame Strikes? Archmage is resurrected back at the tavern and now giving more mana as well. All right, continuing this fight here. Well, Panda or Earth is now looking to back away. Earth is where your Panda shows up after the end of Earth Storm and Fire. Panda looking to turn back around. A Breath of Fire could finish or perhaps get some more damage here as the Mountain Giants are now looking to slowly retreat back. Death Coil finding that Spirit Walker here. Not good news at all. Mountain Giants still leaning to retreat. Slow effects as the Mountain Giant is able to finally back. Alright, Arcane Vault and one of the Arcane Towers were taken down. But this push is still coming on strong. About 6 minutes of mining left, and we are getting a full expansion here and also a full expansion down here. Full saturation as well. It is now going to be 2 bases to 3 as the Orc base is about to fall. That Blood Mage getting Flame Strikes off, completely shutting things down here as the Spellbreaker so difficult to take out with just ranged units. Mountain Giants considering their options next. Panda trying to retreat all the way back. Orc is going to end up being revealed. Are we going to see a Breath of Fire try to finish off any of those units? There goes one Necromancer as well. Unholy, or was that Unholy Aura, Unholy Frenzy? I'm going to allow that Pit Lord to just get into position and just continuing to add up more and more of that damage. Double Panda all the way, both sitting at level 6. However, no longer having the bonus experience any longer as he's lost that stronghold. Night Elf does have that tree. Eternity is sitting at 80 over 90 supply, but what can it really do? Mountain Giants say, you know what? I'm just going to bring the fight to you. I can deal more damage, and that is definitely true with those giant clubs and siege damage. He can actually deal more damage. And is he going to try and trap any of these units? That's the question. Multiple slows now going down as the Mountain Giants seem to be a bit trapped here. Night Elf army, trying to hold on to this Tree of Life is going to be a bit difficult as well. Panda going to go ahead and try and teleport back off to the north in order to get that save. Here we are. There is that damage added up. Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire. Are we going to get another Breath of Fire? Yes, we are, and that damage does add up fairly quickly. No Spellbreakers here. So we could just be looking at multiple Breaths of Fire over and over to eventually finish off. And that Obsidian statue started the fight with full hit points, remember, as we're still looking at all of these units continuing to try and engage here. Are we going to see another Breath of Fire go down across these units? No, we are not. That Obsidian statue stays alive at 22 hit points as the Breath of Fire now goes down again. Another Breath of Fire, another Wand of Wind as Earth, Storm, and Fire now out here on the battle. We are looking at Mana Flare in the background as well. Those Fairy Dragons trying to finish things off. Panda accidentally walking a little bit too close to that one Arcane Tower here. That Obsidian statue stuff's absolutely annoying me as it is still alive at 21 hit points. Panda going to try to get a Breath of Fire off, finishes off one, going to finish off another as well as Earth, Storm, and Fire is still walking around here. Multiple Obsidian statues taken out as we're looking at still more damage adding up. Mountain Giants continuing to fight back as well. Flame Strike going down. Spirit Walker goes into the ethereal form, taking in a little bit of additional damage as the Panda now looks to try and get away down to 267 hit points and now trying to run back. All right, it looks like he is going to get taken out. Dryads are coming around the corner. Are we going to see Death Coil? Death Coil right there as the unit is now down to, well, 70 some odd hit points. More slow poisons onto the Death Knight. Death Coil still finds that Panda. Panda falls at level 7. Flame Strikes going down here. Mountain Giants with a slow walk to get away. Not good news at all. Dual level 6 Pandas, just not enough to handle this mass Spellbreaker army. All right, mass Spellbreaker is really the key here. We are still looking at mining two bases essentially to two, or two bases to one. Or is it going to be 1-to-1 here? Yeah, 1-to-1 in about a minute. The main gold mines are going to be done mining out, and then it's only going to be this one Night Elf base here, which is not even properly defended or safeguarded. The Spellbreakers are just going to show up, Blood Mage, Archmage here to shut it down, and it's going to be 1-0 in just a second. Lawliet did actually ninja an expansion into the center here, so yeah, how did he ninja this expansion? Getting and actually been able to mine from it for about a little bit more than 3 minutes already, as he's now making his way down. All right, in comes this battle here. The entire army is coming back into position. Panda, are we going to see some Drunken Haze Breath of Fire? No, we are not. Low hit point Pandas could be trying to go into a Scroll of Town Portal. Yes, does use the Scroll of Town Portal, does get the Necropolis away. Flame Strike coming down. Mountain Giants, all those units able to back up in time. All right, Lawliet's ninja expansion has been found with no natural defense whatsoever. Lawliet will be losing this expansion here. Meanwhile, there are still arcane towers outside the orc base here, as well, one fairy dragon being left off to the north. Coming back through. Chimeras getting added. What are the Chimeras really going to be doing against this army of mass Spellbreakers? That is the question. Perhaps trying to take down obsidian statues, being able to snipe them down, that is very effective, but, well, the main problem has been mass Spellbreakers. We've seen this in the past. We've seen this in games where a player tries to go Panda against against a human. He just transitions into Spellbreakers, and if you don't follow up with some sort of high normal damage, well, things just go sideways really quickly. Orc is revealed to his opponent, yes. All right, still harvesting more lumber, but where can it actually, oh, lumber mill is, or war mill is still there, so still able to return lumber and then hand it off to Lawliet, who has had a good amount of, well, who now also has a good amount of lumber as well. No real way to spend any additional gold. We're looking at soon to be, well, we're looking at 1 base to 0 bases right now. We're looking at the Tree of Eternity trying to pivot off to the north, perhaps try to establish over at this gold mine or this gold mine here. Both, however, have scouting acolytes in position, as the Chimeras are just, well, do they have siege attack? No, they do not have siege range at all, so they're not going to be able to deal extra bonus damage to the buildings from a farther distance. All right, flying machines making their way over, perhaps looking for those chimeras. They have anti-magic shell on them, preventing them from taking too much damage from breath of fire. All right, chimeras, are they going to try and take down this arcane tower here? Thank you for the follow, Bear Killer, as we're looking at, well, where the chimeras are perhaps going. Endurance aura slightly moving slightly faster. That was how endurance aura on. It looked like they had endurance. No, Spirit Link. Spirit can't even recognize the Spirit Link ability. Lawliet, a little bit of last-ditch effort here. Siege damage has been researched on for those chimeras. They will be able to attack significantly farther, a range of 850, dealing siege damage. Perhaps going to try and take down these the haunted gold mine and stop mining before it really gets started. Army sizes, Spellbreakers here. Blood Mage is invisible. Mountain Giants are here as well. You can see how quickly they were able to shoot that down. taking down some Nerubian towers might also be helpful as well, as we're going to be going into a fight here. All right, Mountain Giants in that front line spot. Well, anti-magic spell coupled with, well, a whole bunch of flying machines getting blown out of the sky. Anti-magic spell had come to an end, as we're looking at Web now being thrown down. Siphon, Mana, Earthstorm, and Fire could have been used already. Not used quite yet, as we're looking at Flame Strike handling the backside here. More Breath of Fire coming back across. Damage is adding up. Chimeras are trying to just finish off all of these units as quickly as they can. Finishing off the Obsidian statues would also be extremely helpful. There's a couple of deals. There's some more Breath of Fire, as that damage is adding up very quickly. All right, Cryptings looking for targets to try and fight out. Mountain Giant's going to get finished off here. Mountain Giant losing the Smash Spellbreakers, giving level 6 to the Death Knight. Death Knight may actually use Animate Dead here, try and get some of the Mountain Giants back out here onto the battlefield. Chimeras looking to finish off more of those units, as we're looking at Breath of Fire, removing the anti-magic shell across multiple units. Earthstorm and Fire still trying to fight their way through, as we're looking at both sets of Earthstorm and Fire currently activated. Cyclone now picking it up. Lawliet, Breath of Fire, finishing off more of those casters again, as that 210 Breath of Fire on that back line just deals so much damage. Brewmaster now finally out of mana, low hit point. Oh, Necromancer still trying to walk around. We're looking at that damage continuing to add up more and more. And, well, Earth looks like he's going to get taken down. Fire looks like he's about to get taken down. Where is Storm? I don't see Storm anywhere here. Perhaps he's going to try and retreat all the way back. Where is Storm? Oh, nope, there was Storm, but the Brewmaster still ends up getting taken out. All right, splitting into 3 doesn't make you invulnerable, and that is going to be all she wrote. Lawliet pretty much, well, down to getting a little bit of gold to try and resurrect his hero, trying to retrain it. But this is going to be a long time coming to try and figure out what to do next here. Continuing to battle it up. And, well, I believe the end of the game is over. Pit Lord is sitting at level 6 Undead with level 3 Unholy Aura for faster movement speed across all of these units. But the real talk is going to be the fact that, well, TGW knew to use Spellbreakers as the mass frontline, and then adding in Anti-Magic Shell to help deal with that, with those 2 level 2 or 2 level 3 Breaths of Fire. Really strong play, really well done indeed. Archmage, is he, well, actually may have gone for Mass Teleport. I would have thought in a 2v2 matchup where moving and attacking with your partner is key. By not doing that, well, things do go sideways a bit. All right, Panda trying to get away. Well, Peasants, are they going to try and try to get there as well? Panda trying to make its way back over. Staff of Teleportation, where is it going to try and run off to? Heads off over to, well, the main base here. No easy way to heal. Panda is trying to hide in the very far back, but how much can he really do here? Takes another Death Coil, as the peons are still just trying to run around. All right, Panda, Death Knight is going to find that Death Coil. There's that Death Coil. It gets taken out, and, well, is he going to get trapped here? All right, he does get trapped here, but not going to matter very much at all. Level 7 Panda now was slain, and all of this is just going to end up being lost. Trying to give and get gold to try and stay alive. Not going to really work out, though. Ultra of Storms resurrecting here. Not Ultra of Storms not resurrecting here. Mass Teleport now being used to just teleport off to the other side. Put pressure where it can deal even more damage, and now in comes a Doomguard. All right, Doomguard is in play, looking to finish things off. There is, well, more fire being rained down as well. Doomguard does have Stomp. It also is benefiting from Brilliance Aura. Going to have plenty of mana indeed, as the, well, Burrows are just going to start fighting back here. Only 2.5 minutes of mining left, and, well, Lawliet and Soin doing playing an interesting strategy here, but TGW and DB knowing exactly and playing from the correct playbook to take it all out. All right, there's a Stomp. Not that much damage here, trying to finish things off. Are we going to perhaps see some detonation on all of this? No detonations, just taking down the Wisps and finishing things off right there. Yeah, At this point, the writing is on the wall. Why don't we see a tap out? Panda is back out onto the field at level 8, finishing off of this expansion here. Goblin Shredder, there's a Death Coil finding that Panda, as the Panda is going to go ahead and Staff of Teleport to try and move around the map quickly. Staff of Teleportation finds the Voodoo Lounge. Clarity Potion, Healing Salve, trying to move away. The Pandas are back. The 2 level 8 Pandas are maybe just back here. Perhaps they're just trying to get the correct strategy to engage here. And well, we're seeing some a Death Coil onto that Brewmaster. Blood Mage now trying to make its way over. Anti-Magic Shell. Where is this Panda going to try and run off to? Is it going to find its way back out? And here we are, Death Knight now trying to lead the charge here as the Brewmaster, well, sneaks on by inside his own base. All the Moonwells are all gone. Nothing for him to really heal up. 10 over 0 supply as the units can try to engage. There's a Drunken Haze. There's a Breath of Fire across multiple units there. There's another Breath of Fire. I don't know if they were trying to stagger that AoE, the AoE damage, but able to finish off one of those units. Trying to get some more damage here. Another Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire combination would actually be quite silly at this point, as we're looking at the units still trying to fight again and again. Staff of Teleportation. Pandas need to get away. They don't want anything to do with this last fight here, as we're going to be looking at a Breath of Fire there, Breath of Fire there, almost finishing off units as the Brewmaster now in trouble. Scroll of Speed trying to get away. Looks like it will be able to outrun, even though it does have, well, it's slow on it right now. Death Coil, however, going to find it. Another Healing Salve quickly being used as we're looking at the units trying to battle it up again. Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire coming back across. Are we going to see the death of that Death Knight? No, we are not. Brewmaster down to 53 hit points, down to, well, 54, trying to run away, as we're going to be looking at Breath of Fire. No Breath of Fire, turning back around. Or Storm and Fire coming in just in time. Earthstorm and Fire coming in just in time as well, as everyone is just trying to fight their way through, just trying to get a moral victory or a boost morale, just trying to say, you know what, you Death Knight, I just want to try and shut you down. Here you are. There is a bit of that damage, as a little bit of more damage added in, as we are looking at, well, invisibility on the Death Knight, as he's able to stick around and stay alive. Earthstorm and Fire still fighting it up here. In comes a Doom Guard again, adding in more and more damage. Panda now trying to retreat back. Siphon mana against Storm, as Storm wind walks to try and break that. There's Curse on that Storm as well. So Curse coupled with, well, a Howl of Terror. Blood Mage gets up to level 6. Are we going to see a Phoenix? Okay, Phoenix is now out in the game as well. And that is everything right there. Lawliet with the highest score, but unable to carry Soin. A great game, a great 2v2 match here. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for thank you for sticking around. I should not be saying the thank you. If you guys watch to the end of the video, I do appreciate you watching all the way through. But you know, you have a choice. It's not like you're doing me a favor. Hope you guys found new ways to play 2v2 strategies. Interesting to see 2v2 pandas, but going up against a human and an undead, especially the human with access to spellbreakers, was a definite problem. Magic immune units such as dryads and spellbreakers on the ground do pose a bit of a risk there. Thanks. Well, hope you guys enjoyed it.